Welcome back for another beer experience. I'm Kevin with CrafTeeBeer, and you're asking, what do we have for today's beer experience? Well, we have a double IPA. Today's double IPA is from DuClaw Brewing. They're in Maryland, and this IPA is their Dad Bod Double IPA. It was released, their first version, I think, was 2017 Father's Day. It's an 8.5% ABV, 80 IBU, double India Pale Ale, made with Azacca, Simcoe, and Mosaic hops. So we are probably in for a tropical fruit, maybe slightly pine, hoppy beer, and that sounds like a great experience to me. Azacca hops are known to be like mango and papaya. Simcoe can be piney at times, and Mosaic can be like mandarin, pear, sometimes lemon. It's an India Pale Ale, so as we know, it's going to be hop prominent. So we're going to have a hoppy tropical beer experience, I'm guessing. The label is lettering on one side that says Dad Bod, and then the reverse side is the Dad Bod. So it looks kind of like me when I wear my button-down shirt and steal the remote control from everybody. So pretty cool label. The label has some info on the side. The Dad Bod, this juicy golden double IPA gives Dad exactly what he wants. A refreshing and highly drinkable blend of piney, tropical and citrus hop flavors culled from a dynamic blend of Simcoe, Mosaic, and Azacca. Now pop the top and start working on your Dad Bod. Well, there you have it. I guess they set us straight. We're going to pop this open and we're going to work on our Dad Bod. Well, all right, let's get this in the glass, see what it looks like, and start this beer experience. Little aggressive pour, got quite the head going on here. So obviously this is the four finger, slightly off white head. Pretty foamy at the top, creamy foamy. It's not extremely hazy. It's a little bit hazy. It's a dark pale yellow, but you know, not as hazy and not as thick looking as many IPAs. Fair amount of carbonation going on. All right, let's see what this smells like. Mango, tropical fruit, absolutely. Okay, so simply sweet mango, tropical fruit, papaya, exactly what you'd expect. I didn't get any pine from the aroma. So it's probably exactly what we expect based on the hops that they mention on here. All right, let's work on the Dad Bod. Interesting, tropical fruit as we expected, but not a bitter hop that I expected. It was almost like the bitterness is almost like an alcohol bitterness. Tropical fruit, papaya, mango, and a little bit of pine. What's interesting is the hop bite isn't the usual hop bite. It almost feels like the bitterness at the end is more like an alcohol burn. So 8.5%, is that what it is? Probably not, but it's interesting that what feels like it's left behind feels like a little bit of an alcohol burn. Interesting experience. The flavor starts with a tropical mango flavor. It's not extremely strong. It's, say medium level of tropical flavor. It finishes off pretty quick, and you're left with this mixture of bitter hops and what tastes like alcohol burn. And what's left behind stays and burns like around the whole back of my throat, the mouth, the throat. And it's not burned like a bad burn. It's just that's what's left was this sensation of like a bitter, like that. The way to describe it is like hop bitter and alcohol warmth or alcohol burn mixed together. That whole flavor itself isn't extreme. It's just definitely there. And that's pretty much the way the story's staying. Nothing's changing as far as nothing's becoming more prominent, or nothing's changing in the order that things play out. Comes in with a moderate tropical mango, papaya, citrus, maybe a little touch of pine that flushes on through pretty even, not causing too much of a commotion. That heads out the back door, and you get this bitter alcohol burn experience slightly all around the back of my throat, and then that hangs on for quite a bit. I mean, it hangs on almost until you have another sip. So, okay, so what do I think? I think it's a pretty good experience. The back end of this is different from a lot of IPAs, so that's got, that makes it a little bit interesting. The flavor, the hop flavor is pretty common. It's what you'd get with those hops. So I wonder if I'm getting the hop flavors, the citrus, the tropical fruit that you normally get with the hops. But DuClaw uses this thing called the hop rocket, which is some type of infusion equipment which they put their beer into, and somehow it like puts multiple jets of the beer into this cylinder and creates a whirlpool around the hops, I think. So they have this piece of equipment where they can make the beers hoppier than normally just dry hopping would do. So I wonder if that's what gives us the flavor that I expect from those hops, and then has that extra bitter sensation on the back end, which I really can't put my finger on, but it's definitely I wouldn't say it's more bitter. It almost seems like a different bitter. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But it makes a good experience because of that very different back end. I like it, and it's growing on me as I drink it. And I'm working on my Dad Bod. And there's a little bit left in the can because I poured it so aggressively. I get to refill. Yeah, this is a really good experience. I'm working on my Dad Bod. All right, I'm going to swing on over here to Untapped and check this in so I get credit for it. Dad Bod Imperial Pale Ale from DuClaw Brewing Company. It has a rating of 3.71 with 1,957 ratings. Let's check it in. I went with the flavor profile of hoppy, citrus, tropical, bitter, and sweet. It does have a little bit of a sweet tropical fruit and a sweet malt, I think, to it. The bitter is this different. It's a different bitter. It seems hoppy bitter, maybe it gives me the sensation of a alcohol bitter, but maybe that's just the difference in the way the hops are infused with their hop rocket. The Dad Bod from DuClaw Brewing. It's a tropical mango citrusy IPA with a little bit of a back end that's a bitter burn, interesting back end. If that sounds like it's your thing, I recommend you try to go find this if you can. I'm going to say this was a good beer experience. I'm going to enjoy what's left of this one. If you want to find me on Untappd, it's CrafTeeBeer. If you have had this before, tell me what you thought about it in the comments. And until the next beer experience, I'm Kevin with CrafTeeBeer. Cheers.